Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to today's live. As always, just getting myself set up here. Gonna wait for everybody to join. And today, very special day. Today is the new moon, Lunar New Year. It is the halfway point between winter and spring. So there's much to celebrate today. The energies are definitely shifting. We're feeling that subtle move into springtime energy. Hello, Josos. So, yeah, a lot of things shifting over right now. We're coming out of the... Ooh, my ears are ringing. We're coming out of the darkness and coldness of winter and into the lighter, brighter renewal of spring. It may not seem like it right now because it's still cold, but that is where we're moving into. And so I feel like that energy is going to play into the cards that come out today. Sprinkle in with some new moon messages, I think, but our focus right now is moving into the light of spring. Ma'am, you always want to go outside when I'm busy. Hi, friend. Okay. So, I'm just going to take a second to tune in, and then I will get started. All right, so let's see what we need to know this week. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Jonah. All right. Yep. All right. I love this. Looking good so far. I mean, it always does, but. Okay, so we're starting off with confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. There's a nice balance between full and new moon energy here, which is kind of that shift that I was just talking about, how we're in between winter and spring. And so on the left side of this spread is the new moon energy, and on the right side is the full moon. So that is what we're moving out of and what we're moving into. So we're moving out of that softer, quieter, slower, colder time, a time of reflection and contemplation, and we're moving into the time to where things start to take action and things really start to grow. I think there's going to be a lot of shining the light on things that have been in the shadows, and that can be favorable and unfavorable, but definitely, like, if things have been hidden, if you've been ignoring something, or this feels like hidden talents or hidden desires that you've denied yourself denied even believing that it was something that you had or something that you wanted. I think those might be coming to light in the springtime. Okay. You live in abundance. Coming out there under the confidence is your key to success. Believing that you are enough, that you have enough, that the resources that you need are always going to find you. The universe provides what it is that you are looking for. So there's a call to have more of a perspective that everything is working out for you, that there is always enough, and that you will always be able to find something that you need. Where there's a will, there's a way. So just trust and believe that it feels like resources. Trust and believe that the resources that you need are going to be given to you. Someone's going to cross your path and have the information that you've been looking for. Once you set your mind to, okay, here's the thing that I'm going after, then the universe gives you all the little nudges that are going to lead you to finding what it is that you need. And that's the abundance mindset, right? Is just trusting and believing that because you have set your mind to something, that it is simply going to unfold for you. Things are going to shift in your favor then because you've set your energy and your intention onto something. Because I think there are some people here whose perspective of abundance was maybe a little too narrow. And it's time to widen your perspective of what abundance is and how it works for you and how it comes to you. Because abundance spans beyond material possessions, beyond the things that we can have in the physical world. And abundance is an energy. It's a way of being. It's an exchange of thought and intention to then receiving the thing that you asked for. So there's always enough, and being confident in your belief that there's always enough. And when I say there's always enough, I mean there's always enough love to be shared with you. There's always enough abundance from the universe, and there's always enough people and energy and other dimensional beings that care for you and want to help provide for you. Okay. All right. Expect powerful change, this new moon eclipse. And get curious. There is a lot that wants to come in for you. I think the theme here is abundance. Hang on 1 second. All right, she was persistent. So, all right, there's a lot of abundance that wants to come in for you. And I think it's coming in the form of ideas first, ideas and inspiration, and then you running with those and saying, yes, that's something I want to give my energy into. Yes, that feels good for me. And then things start to come in to align with that. So you'll start getting the tools and the resources and all the information that you need to make that thing possible. Being open to receiving that and having the confidence in yourself to trust that you can do what it takes to manifest that reality. And you can trust yourself to take the action that's required of you to get to where you want to be. And I think that absolutely curiosity plays a huge role in this, because when you have those ideas and those things come into your mind, that is a divine gift. And that is an opportunity for you to get curious about the information that you are receiving. It's a time for you to say, ooh, I wonder if that idea could lead to something great. Let's find out. And that is a huge shifting point for you to then be able to manifest the reality you want. I feel like this is tying into a bigger goal or vision that you have for yourself in your life. So the universe is giving you opportunities to get curious, to move yourself out of where you are and where you've been into where you want to be going. So those things that you say that you want all the time, the things that you are longing for, and the reality that you've been envisioning for yourself is ready. It's here, and the universe is like, okay, here's the little droplets of inspiration that you need to take the action required of you to get to where you want to be. But you have to get curious. You have to take those opportunities that are given to you and get curious and ask yourself, where could this take me? Is this somewhere that I want to be? Let's explore. Let's figure it out. Curiosity and abundance. An abundance of curiosity. Getting curious about what abundance means to you and for you, what kind of abundance you want to receive. All right. We have a time for healing. And the moonstone, ebb and flow. Okay, so this is all very soft, watery, nurturing energy here in the middle. And it's a little contrarian to the energy that was happening before. So what we have is two things existing at once. So you have this shift in abundance and this curiosity and this drive to move forward with things and to create intentionally. And I think that process in itself is very healing. Taking charge of your life in that way soothes you. You're able to build trust with yourself. And it takes you out of that experience of maybe living in fight or flight all the time and feeling like you have to survive instead of thrive. So you're healing a lot of aspects of yourself that you maybe didn't realize needed to be healed. And that could be also some of the light shining into the shadows of like, oh wow, I didn't even realize that that part of myself was hurting. I didn't realize that I had to overcome that mentality. So all that needs to be healed to get you to this next phase is going to be coming to light. And it does feel like it's little by little, and it's going to happen in a way that is palatable for you, and just kind of slowly dripping in, like here's something to be aware of, and then it is a very soft kind of healing, even though it is very deep and very profound. It is gentle enough to where you can move through that healing with grace and come out on the other side feeling even more empowered and feeling like you don't even miss that old version of yourself that you just had to let go of, because you know that what's coming is bigger and better than anything that you have already experienced, which is probably a lot of wonderful things, and then maybe some not so wonderful things. Okay. Yeah. All right. I had a feeling about this card when it came out. So nothing will come of this situation. Void of course, moon. This moon isn't going anywhere. It's lost its way. So this, the anxiety that comes with feeling lost and uncertain about what your future holds or what it is that you even want to do, where you're going, what the next step is, all of that worry, all of that anxiety, all of that stress of like, where's my path? Where am I going? Feeling like you're just kind of spinning around on an axis. This is telling you that one, that's not going to get you anywhere. Staying in that space is not going to move you to where you want to be. And trying to feel like you have to constantly figure it out is actually keeping you stagnant. So when you're able to let go and follow this ebb and flow, you have to relinquish some control to the universe, to the energies that work for you and with you, and you have to relinquish some control to yourself. Does that make sense? Okay. You have to let go of the need for control so that you can trust yourself. That's where that was going. So being able to just loosen your grip a little bit and trust where the water is going to take you is going to be exactly where you need to be. Because what we have coming out to clarify is come to calm. With the soda light here. So there's some throat chakra energy, but also letting go of anxiety, overcoming some of that anxiety that you may be experiencing, knowing when anxiety is necessary and when it's not. Most of the time, it's not. So there's tranquility in this, there's ease, there's peace. And I think that's what you're being asked to work on, but also being given the ability to do so with some of this healing. And just breathe and trust yourself. Because I can sense the like tensing of the muscles that happens when it's like, oh, is that the right choice? Is this what I should do? Is this the opportunity I should take, or should I wait for something better? It's that suddenly we're stuck up here and too worried about the future and making the right choice instead of getting curious and breathe and allow and just follow that path to see where it leads. You are safe to do so, and you're not on any sort of timeline here when it comes to what you are creating. In fact, the timeline could be sped up if there is one in your mind. That timeline can be sped up if you allow yourself to relax and to get curious. I love even the colors here. So we have the kind of red, orange, fiery energy. And then we have the blue, purple, calm, relaxing energy here. These two things are existing within you at the same time. And you kind of need both. You have both, but you also need both. So I love this duality. All right, oh no, she's laying down. We're cool. All right. So yeah, let's see what we have in the last card here. There's also an energy of embracing all parts of yourself and knowing that you're not going to be stuck in any one state of being or any one way of thinking. You will also fluctuate and ebb and flow. And that's okay. That's safe. It's actually healthy. It's what we're supposed to do. Ooh. Okay. So the last card we have here is a win-win outcome is forecast. Yeah, this is all, and I love the scale on there, the Libra energy with the balance, because we literally have 2 cards. I love this, actually. 2 cards of that more fiery, action-taking inspiration, that passion and that drive. And then we have 2 cards to where we are a little slower, a little softer, a little more introspective and calm and peaceful, that healing energy. And then this last card coming out is a combination of both. So we have that win-win outcome. And then, is this mine with the green fluorite? See how that card encompasses both colors, both energies there, with the orange and the green and the blue. I love it. So this journey here is ultimately leading you to discover, it's leading you to the destination that you desire, but it's also leading you to discover what is not yours to take with you, what's not yours to keep, what wasn't yours in the first place, what it is that you want to trap in your web, and what you want to set free. What are you letting go of to rebuild something better? I see an energy of being more decisive, being able to know in an instant if something is meant for you, and if it's not, you're not going to miss out on anything. So there's kind of this like energy of a little bit of turmoil and trying to decide if something is for you and meant for you, and if it's going to be the thing that gets you to the success. And I think you're going to be able to tell through this process instantly if something's for you or not. Whether you feel it in your body or you just know it in your intuition, you're going to be able to decide a lot quicker. But there's also a sense of freedom in this card, a liberation. We have the image of the birds here. I mean, birds symbolize freedom already, but they're kind of being tangled up in those vines. It looks like the vines want to hold on to them, but the vines are loose, so the birds just kind of fly away. That gives me the energy of illusions of the mind and being set free from the confines of your own creation, your own doubts and limiting beliefs that are going to keep you from believing in yourself enough and having enough confidence and unblocking your mind to receive this inspiration and divine guidance and abundance. So setting yourself free from the vines in your mind so that you can fully accept and allow what is meant to be yours to come through fully. Because there's a lot that is coming into fruition here, little by little. Definitely a harvest, the fruits of your labor. The seeds that you have planted are growing. All that cliche shit. It's happening. And you get to decide what is yours and what is not. That's the freedom of decision as well. You don't have to just take what's given to you because it was given to you and you When we settle for less, it's because we feel like we are unworthy. But when you feel that you are worthy, you're able to be more discerning, to say, yeah, that's great, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for, so I'm not going to settle for less. So asking yourself, is this mine? Is this what's meant to be for me? And you'll know like that if it's for you. Don't settle for less. Don't take what you can get just because it's what was given to you. That might be something the universe presents you with as well, is like as you start to open up more to receiving, then you start to get more and more opportunity. And, you know, ultimately, of course, you have free will. So the universe is going to give you some really great opportunities that aren't for you, some really great opportunities that are for you, and some that fall in the middle, and you get to choose. Okay. I love this energy, and it's very concise and it's very encouraging. So we are shifting into that abundance mentality, shifting your perspective maybe on what abundance means for you, getting curious about the opportunities that are presented to you, getting curious about the ideas that you have, because they are happening for a reason. And this process of shifting and changing your mindset to change your life is very healing for you, allowing yourself to be in the flow, to receive abundance, allowing yourself to change the way that you look at things, and allowing yourself to get curious and discover new things and run with an idea and see what happens. Very healing, overcoming some anxieties, ultimately taking charge of your life and discovering what's meant to be yours. There is some like working towards a larger goal here. And I feel like that goal is overall how you want to experience life, how you want to show up and feel and exist in this world. And now you get to have fun in the process and you get to become that person. So it's less manifesting very specific, tangible things and more of a state of being. And so here's what's getting you to that point. What is going to help you shed what you need to shed and grow what you need to grow. Which is kind of winter and spring, right? Shedding and growing. So, yay. Okay, I love that. All right, so those are those general messages. I'm going to pull just a couple cards for love, and then if you would like me to pull a card for you afterwards, you can go ahead and just leave a heart emoji in the comments now. Be right back. Okay. There we go. Okay, they just want to come out. wow. Okay. All right. So we're starting off with Show the World the Real You. Full moon in Aquarius. So in terms of love, and this could be romantic relationships, family, friends, whatever, however resonates for you. So now is a really good time for you to discover what is happening in the depths of your waters, right? So we have, the Aquarius is the water bearer, and then on the back of this card here, we have someone seeing their own reflection in the water. So this is about you noticing yourself. You have to notice yourself and know yourself before you can show yourself. So that's what you're being called to find and discover right now, is those deepest versions of you. So emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So this is letting go of anything that's muddying your waters. And that's a process. And it happens in layers. And so I think that's part of the self-discovery portion right now. And seeing yourself differently. So exploring the darkness of your oceans and what is happening in there, what lives down there, what are you going to discover, what are you going to find, and it's safe to do so. You can feel safe within yourself and exploring your emotions. And not only exploring them, but processing them and expressing them if you feel like you need to do so. Acknowledge all aspects of yourself, because all of them deserve to be seen and deserve to be heard. I think that's going to help you transform your love life, because you can really meet yourself as deep as you possibly can to attract someone who can see and appreciate your depths as well. And the deeper you can show up for someone else, the deeper the connection you can cultivate with that person. Okay, so we have the full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. And we have healing coming out here as well. So imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. I feel like this is a little bit more of a personal healing journey, but for some of you, it could be a healing within a connection. And I feel like this healing is coming from being able to explore your emotions and explore yourself more. And then there's maybe feeling like this could be feeling unsure about another person, unsure about their feelings. There's something about you discovering your feelings that can help them express theirs and help you understand their emotions as well. So there could be healing for all parties involved. It does feel, because Gemini is about communication, it does feel like there is an expression of feelings that is going to be very healing and reassuring. And there's something about like an energy exchange here as well that's going to bring in some answers. So if you're feeling a little foggy, a little unsure, there is clarity coming. The answers that you need are coming. And it just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of healing. But I think the answers that you receive are also going to be healing for you. So if you're feeling uncertain and you're afraid that the answer is going to be the one that you don't want to hear, I don't think that that's the case. This feels like something that is relaxing and reassuring and helps you build your confidence. Okay. In the middle here, we have believe in the impossible. Staying optimistic. But I feel this is also trusting and knowing that what is meant to be yours will be. Right. So beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities that you possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also of your own reflection. There's some kind of just worrying and wondering about if someone's having doubts, if someone's pulling back because of lack of interest. There's all this wondering and worrying. And so it's like you're being asked to, because that's happening within you, it could also be happening for the other person. There's like a mirroring message here. So what you are worrying about and wondering about, someone else may also be having those same worries. So that kind of ties back into, maybe if you express this, acknowledge that feeling and express it to them, they could be like, wow, I'm so glad you said something because I was feeling that same way. And now we can have a discussion about it. Now we can move through this together instead of having a separate experience that could breed more discomfort than anything else. And that's kind of tying into the believe in the impossible message as well. Like, something really good could come from you expressing your emotions in this situation. This could be a very positive result. And you have to convince your mind that that is possible. And it's not just going to be being lied to or being ignored or your feelings being discredited. Like, all of whatever you're worried could happen if you do express yourself, you have to you have to overcome that within your mind and trust and believe that really good things could come from you expressing your emotions to this person. All right. And we're ending with both cards of Capricorn. So the end of a tough cycle approaches with the full moon in Capricorn. And here's the image there. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Show the world the real you, discover yourself, understand the depths of your emotions and what you're experiencing, and being true to yourself. So this is the end of that cycle of making decisions based on what you think you should do. And think is italicized here. So what do you think you should do? Or what do you feel that you should do, right? Because that's probably what you should be leaning into here, is what you feel is in alignment for you. So when it comes to love, it's expanding your view and your perspective, because matters of the heart are an enigma. We're not supposed to, not supposed to, but it's almost impossible to rationalize something as expansive and all-encompassing as love. So less thinking about it and more feeling about it. That could be part of this tough cycle, is being stuck up in your head and trying to rationalize the decisions that you make in your love life. Obviously, a little bit of discernment and discretion is required when choosing someone to spend your life with, but the message, like the energy I'm feeling here, is that it's a safe connection. It's safe for you to relax and let go a little bit. So it's safe for you to stop analyzing and stop trying to decide what is the right course of action and just move from your heart space. So whatever your situation is right now, it's okay for you to listen to your heart. And the new moon in Capricorn, your hard work is paying off. And this feels like the healing that's been happening over here, the work that you've been doing with yourself, discovering yourself, understanding yourself, the healing from past situations, that is all paying off. Oh, wow. And you know what's coming in? Do you know what's coming in? A sacred union. So what is the result of all this hard work? How is it paying off? You are discovering or finding yourself in or deepening a sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. And I really feel like that speaks to your relationship with yourself as well as another person. To come in a sacred union with yourself first, I feel is so important here. And that's what's happening before you come into this sacred union with somebody else. And then you can nurture and honor and treasure that relationship and notice just how sacred it really is and appreciate it for that as well. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. That's kind of the energy that you're moving into when it comes to love and relationships. Just allowing and existing and flowing. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance that's being let go of here. Moving through those emotions is going to help you find a place where you can just kind of be and float. It feels very light. It really does feel like you're able to allow yourself to just exist in a relationship as opposed to be anxious or worried or on the defense. To feel safe in somebody else's presence, like truly safe in someone else's presence and being so deeply seen and perceived by somebody else and feeling safe in that experience. That's what this feels like. So I love those messages coming through. So that is all for the love portion of the readings here. And so we can get into the personal card pulls now. If you haven't already put a heart emoji in the comments to get yours, you can do that now. Where am I going? Okay. All right. All right. We'll start with Joe So's. All right. Hello, Silly Rabbit. Hello, Maeve. Hello, Lindsay. Okay. We'll just let all those cards exist. All right. For Joe So's, you have you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. Your hard work is paying off, the new moon in Capricorn. All right. So for Josos, this feels like relaxing and focusing on yourself. It feels like trusting that you and your loved ones are safe and taken care of and that all is well. And there's some kind of next step that you want to take, big shift in your life. Maybe a change of location if you want to move somewhere new, or just take the bull by the horns here with the Taurus, but take some kind of action to make big moves in your life. And it's doing something just for yourself and not really factoring anybody else in. So what do you want to do that's just for you? And this is having the trust and the courage to say, okay, everyone's good, everything's fine. What can I do for myself? Where can I go? What can I create? And this is kind of, not only is your hard work paying off, but your hard work has paid off. And so it's kind of like it's time for you to really, really reap those rewards and really embrace the abundance that you have available to you, embrace the results of all of your hard work, and really put that to good use and appreciate it for all that it is. And there's also, I think, work that you're putting in on yourself and other projects in your life that are going to be bringing some sweet results as well. All right. So those are your messages. Hope those were helpful and resonated. So I believe the rabbit is next. Let me turn my ringer off because all the notifications are coming in right now. Okay. All right. All right. For the rabbit here, we have you're very close to achieving your goal. What do you need to release? And find your way home. This is the journey of coming home to yourself. It's not necessarily coming back to something, but it's coming into something that feels safe. It feels like home. Coming into like a version of yourself in this stage in your life to where you feel trust and acceptance and like actual peace and appreciation for how far you've come. This is the culmination of something that you've been working towards, obviously, because you are very close to achieving your goal here. But what do you need to let go of? Because this is almost like you are really close to achieving something. And so this is like where you are now, and then this is your goal. And there's something in between where you are now and achieving that thing that you need to let go of. So what's standing in your way? It feels like maybe I'm hearing like personal power. So maybe what is missing here is your personal power, but there's something stifling that. There's something keeping you from realizing how much personal power you have. So this is definitely some some shift, some internal shift that's going to help you move yourself forward into your goal. But I love this image with the bird and the nest and the eggs. Like, this is kind of that ultimate achievement. This could be a goal that involves another person or a project that you're collaborating on. But I think the things that you need to let go of are going to be coming into your awareness. And the message that I'm getting is, be sure that you are aware enough of what's going on for you to move past those obstacles and not get distracted by them. All right? But you are very close to achieving this goal and coming into whatever it is here that you've been working towards. It's very close to being yours. Just a few more things to let go of before you get yourself there. All right, so those are your messages. Hope those resonated for you. And let's see where we're at here. Okay, so Lindsay is next. All right, Lindsay, a time to give rather than take. Okay, a time to give rather than take. This new moon in Virgo. A new start is coming with the new moon. New moon energy is right now. And then hematite, anchor in. Okay. So this just kind of feels like it kind of looks like sitting back and just allowing things to flow, allowing things to happen. And this, okay. There is some kind of fresh start, some opportunity, or some hardship that's falling away. It's almost like something is leaving your life so something else can start, or some kind of manifestation that you've been asking for is coming in, something that it just feels light. It feels like a breath of fresh air. It feels like standing in the sunshine. You're like, yes, finally, this is mine. I can do this. And this is that thing getting anchored into your life. So there's something about this manifestation coming in for you that's like, you're like, all right, I'm not going to let this go. This is mine. I'm pulling this with me. I'm anchoring this down into my existence. This is mine. And it's not like a desperate grabbing of that. It's like, oh, I've been waiting for this. This is mine. I'm going to take that. Thank you, universe. Let's put the anchor down to that one. So it's almost like you were finally able to let go of resistance, and then this is going to come rushing in for you. And then you're like, yep, I'll take that. It's about time. So that's kind of what's floating around in your energy sphere there, Lindsay. All right. That feels complete, so I'm going to leave that there. Looks like those resonated for you, so thanks for being here. Okay. Oh, hello, Dakota. Long time no see, buddy. All right. Next, Emily. And then if there's anyone else who wanted a quick card pull, just leave a heart emoji in the comments before we wrap this up. All right. So, Emily, what do you need to know right now? You also have as your first card a time to give rather than take with the new moon in Virgo. And you have emotions are running high, as well as your commitment is being tested. So there's a little bit of an energy of defeat at the beginning here. Feeling like you've been just giving energy into something, doing your best, and giving and giving and giving, and then nothing's really happening. Just kind of running in a circle here. But and that is leading to, heightened emotions of frustration, feeling like you're not good enough, your efforts aren't enough. There's something that you're not letting yourself see here. And I think there's another way. I think there's another path. There is a path of least resistance here, and I think that it feels like that path is reaching out to you to show you that it exists, but you're kind of over here with your blinders on, running in circles on this other path, trying to make it work. I think that's because what you're conditioned to do, what we're all conditioned to do, is just you have to work hard and you have to double down. When things get tough, you double down, you keep going. And it's like, that's true if you are where you're supposed to be. When you're in alignment, it's less hard work and more of a discovery process. It feels less grueling, less taxing, and less draining when you are working towards and on something that is in alignment with you, that feels good for you, that you're passionate about, that makes your heart happy. And if you are putting everything that you have into something repeatedly and it's not giving you any results, you're either missing a piece of information and there's just a slightly different way that you could go about it to get different results, or you're just on a different path entirely than what's actually aligned with you. So you'll be able to discern which one of those is true for you. But it feels like you just kind of are in the weeds over here. And if you looked over here, it's sunshine and mowed grass for you to easily navigate your way through. And I think what's being tested here, because I don't believe that the universe tests us, but maybe it's a test within yourself that's happening, is being authentic to what you actually want to be experiencing in your life. And if your deepest desire is to live a peaceful and fulfilling life, and you're over here stressing yourself out, working extra hard for something that feels like just giving into the void, something that doesn't give back to you, then you are not in alignment with your deepest desires. You're not putting energy into things that get you closer to where you actually want to be. So that's kind of what I think is being like tested here, is your commitment to your deepest desires and your biggest goals for yourself. Because you're not going to get to where you want to be by doing what you think you're supposed to be doing. You're going to get to where you want to be by doing what feels truly in alignment and what feels best to you, what feels good, what lights you up. All right, Emily, those are your messages. I hope those were helpful and they resonated for you. Thank you for being here. All right. Silly Rabbit, been letting go of a lot lately. Yeah, what else is left? Yeah, it's a never-ending cycle because we're always accumulating things to let go of, right? Whether we need to let go of them right now or sometime in the future. So we always kind of have to be doing that cycle of what's left, what's next. And, you know, we will have times where we're just kind of coasting and everything's good for a minute. And then something small comes up that we have to let go of, stuff like that. But there is something left. And you can allow that inspiration to come to you and allow that to flow into your awareness. You don't necessarily have to look for it. All right. Well, that concludes today's live. So thank you, everybody who is here live or watching the replay. Very much appreciate you being here. And I hope these messages were helpful and resonated for you. Happy new moon. Happy Lunar New Year. We are almost into the springtime, so hang in there just a little bit longer. And I will see you next time. Have a great rest.